Well, another month has come around and there's still not a lot of progress with my videos. But you know, life's busy, it is what it is. I have been doing some music this past month and it's mostly been surrounding this. I took a plunge and got a Ciat Lonbarde instrument. I've been looking at the Plumbutter for a couple of years now, and I saw this kind of a cheap one on Reverb, and the reason why it's cheap is because the deer horn section doesn't work. But I've been chatting to Patch Point and it's going to cost a couple €100 to get it fixed, and so I'm going to do that. But in the meantime, I've just been really enjoying it without using the deer horn. And yeah, I mean, it's what I love about instruments like this is that all the elements influence each other. So as you start to patch stuff around, you'll make some adjustments to one parameter, which you then find heavily influences other elements that you might not have predicted. So it's one of those instruments that feeds you as much as you feed into it, you know. And this has been my main kind of study focus for the past month, and I haven't had a lot of time. I've had no time to make videos or anything like that. So in my downtime, I've just been learning this and playing and exploring. So I've got a couple of little sketches I've made of it, which I'll play now. The other thing that's been occupying my time is that my wife and I have been planning this trip to go to America, and we are going to fly to Denver, and from there we're picking up an RV and then we're driving around Colorado and Utah before spending a few nights in New York at the end. And so I mean, we've been saving up a holiday, so I've not really had any holiday this year, and my primary focus with this thing is to have a holiday. But I've got a bag, a zoom, a tin of microphones, and that's it. So my objective with this is not to take anything that's too big and bulky and unwieldy, not to take anything that's too expensive, so everything here is quite budget, but I also at the same time want to maintain a level of quality, so I don't want to carry around just like a Zoom H4n, because you know, the onboard mics on the Zoom handhelds are fantastic for like capturing little ideas and sketches, but you know, they are quite limited, and even though they've got you know, XLR inputs, the preamps on the Zoom handy recorders aren't as quiet as these. These are very, very quiet preamps for what they are, and this thing is cheap. This is like 200 quid. So the mics I'm going to use with this are mainly from Oka, which are a boutique handmade design from Devon in the UK. So these two mics here, these are called the Verdi mics, and it's a pair of omnidirectional microphones, which are really great for recording close-up detail subjects, but they're also really good for ambience as well. They serve both purposes well. I also have their contact microphone here, which is really nice. It's got a really nice texture to it. It's got a copper base, which is quite unusual, and it's a pretty detailed contact mic. I mean, for the price especially. The previous cheap contact mics I've used are like the JRF ones, and you know, they're fine, they're decent, but with this I've found it captures a lot more kind of mid-range, higher range detail, which you don't often get for contact mics within this price range. So in this Tifa bag, I've got my accessories, and that's what turns this into a field recording rig. So I've got a stereo bar here, which I can use to hold the Verdi microphones if I wanted to capture stereo ambiances or just stereo recordings. It's not a very wide stereo bar. I have been thinking about getting a folding one, which is a lot wider, but I won't be able to get that in time. I've got my Rode NT5 mic here, and this is nothing special, it's just a cardioid mic. It sounds okay, but I wanted a cardioid mic for some, you know, point directional recording, but I don't want to take a big boom mic out of me, I mean a big shotgun mic out of me, because it's just too big, too unwieldy. So I got that as well. And as far as wind protection goes, I'm not going to take a blimp. I'm just going to use, you know, furry windshields like this. So I will be limited somewhat to the environments I can record in. If it's excessively windy, then, you know, these aren't going to be super useful, but I'm hoping for some good weather. Here I've got a tripod, and this is a GoPro tripod, which has an integrated rechargeable battery. And this is what I'm going to use to power the Zoom F3. And with this I can power the Zoom for quite a few hours, more than sufficient to my needs for this trip. And it's got a couple of little feet that you bring out there. I've got a couple of windshields here for the Verdi mics, and I've got some mic clips for the Verdis as well. And I've got some XLRs, and finally I've got a cheapo suspension kit for the Rode microphone. So this suspension kit's just basically going to manage the majority of handling noise that might occur. So I'll show you how this all fits together then. So with this I can screw stuff onto the top of it. I've got these adapters that I bought off Amazon that let me screw into camera sized holes. There you go. Loosen that up. So with that suspension kit here, I mean it's going to do an okay job to catch the handling noise that come through. I can also screw the Zoom F3 to this rig as well, which is pretty handy. Like that. And that's basically it. It's good to go now. So I can carry this around, kind of like a handy recorder really. Just point it at subjects, and yeah, it's decent. Put the windshield on it. And and yeah, good to go, good to record some stuff. I mean, it looks a bit like Johnny 5, a bit unwieldy, but it's pretty cool. And it just packs up really small, it all fits into this little pencil case thing. And yeah, and it's very versatile. I'll plug in the stereo mics now so you can see how that looks with the stereo bar. And that's that. So yeah, this is a stereo ambience recording rig now, and it takes a couple of seconds to set up, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. I can also walk around with it if it's just, you know, like that, if I just wanted to capture something, anything in stereo. These cables are kind of like whacking around, so I might tape them to the stereo bar just to stop any kind of handling noise getting through to the mics. But it's a tidy little setup. There is a YouTube video that I based this off, which I'll link in the description, but it just shows basically the same thing. It's the F3 with this tripod connected together. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I'm going to pack it all away now. So that's it. I'm super thrilled at how compact this is. It's just, I could just chuck it into any bag, carry it around, and good to record in any number of situations. So as for headphones, I'm going to take the III wireless ones, which come with this adapter thing here, so that means I can monitor away from the recorder without needing long cables and getting messy cables in the way of stuff, so that's pretty cool. And as for music, I'm going to take the KA2 with me because it's just a fun little thing to mess around with. I'm not out there to make any kind of serious music, but I've wiped all the samples off this, so it's completely blank. And any sounds I record on the Zoom, I'm just going to sample into here and see if I can just make little weird sketches with it. It's just a little bit of fun, really, to take along, because there's probably going to be a fair degree of downtime on this journey. So, I mean, that's it. This is my my music and recording setup that I'm taking on holiday. I have gone on holiday with much larger setups and massively regretted it, so getting this down so compact is great. I mean, really, one argument is why even take anything, but you know, I don't really have many hobbies outside of this stuff, and truth be told, I'm not the most adventurous, outdoorsy type person. So yeah, maybe this is one way I can connect with nature a little bit in my own way. So that's it, short one this month, but yeah, I hope to document some stuff while I'm away travelling, and maybe next month I'll have some interesting little snippets to share. Alright, thank you, bye.